Hey, honey, I'm off round the bend. You coming with me?
Yeah!
Round the bend, 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 round the bend. You never know what's waiting just round the bend, round the bend, round the bend. Another discovery round the bend. So come with us on another adventure just round the bend.
Solutions. I don't know what goes on in here, but it's in Huntington Beach. Hey, Sally, what are you doing here then? Oh, is this back to drag? Is it back to drag? Back to drag. How you doing, Mr. Back to drag?
It used to be have a drink with Drac, but don't do that. Don't do that.
No,
that's censored.
Oh, is it? Okay. Yeah, look at that. Blimey. Well, back to Dragon. This is the world famous guy. He knows everything there is to know about punk, right?
Very much so.
He wrote
UK
the book
punk.
about the Sex Pistols
the
and
Pistols,
the Clash
Damned,
and whatever,
the Clash,
right?
Eddie and the Hot Rods.
See? What about you think,
Kilmer.
honey? What are you doing over there?
I'm writing this stuff down so I don't forget it.
Oh, God.
Why
That's
don't you
good.
let Drek talk?
Oh, Lord. Unbelievable.
There you go, man. Yeah, look at this shop, man. This is like amazing shop. Look at it. Look.
Yeah.
Blimey. This guy is like...
I mean, just look at our wall. I mean,
It's the Wall of Fame, not the Wall of
yeah,
Shame, right?
exactly. The
So what's
bad
the back to the
religion,
Drac?
how
So
can
you
be
only-
any worse?
You have your radio show, right?
Absolutely.
And when's that playing?
I just canceled out. I started a new show where where they named it Back to Drac in Europe.
Oh, really?
And I'm doing
Yeah.
a lot of European TV shows now.
Oh, what do you think about Jonesy's Jukebox?
That guy seemed to steal everything off me, even though I'm a baby compared to him. I heard him and I nearly dropped.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I was like,
Uh,
he's so funny, but the difference is he's just kind of laughs at things and is a little more like insecure about things and doesn't give proper answers. And I snap. And
yeah, man.
Yeah,
You're the snap
all
man.
the time,
You're the
screaming
Snapdragon, right? You're the
like Johnny
Snapdragon
Lydon.
of punk, right?
Very much
Yeah.
Johnny Lydon, and
So, yeah,
that's my
So
world.
back to Dragon. So we're going to go back to what now?
But we
After
just
that.
do movies. I want to tell you a story I did for
Black Flag over here, look.
this story, which is what my Back to Drac movie documentary
All
will
right,
be
all right,
on.
all right, all right.
It's about the Damned's first album here.
Yeah.
Okay, you see, this is the Damned's first album. Supposedly the first punk record ever made in history.
Oh.
They rushed this out. I used to own this record. So this is why I'm going to tell you the story. Let's flip the other side. There's Eddie and the Hot Rods on the back.
Yeah, that's one of
This
your
is
favorite,
the
right?
rarest punk record. But I broke the ice on this story, and nobody realized this. The Damned's first album was trying to be hurried so fast before the Pistols, which already were banned off 4 major labels. They had nowhere to go until Virgin got a hold of them from,
Good old Richard,
you know,
right?
Virgin.
Yeah, Richard.
Which is Richard, right? Who, once again, I want to mention one thing about Richard. A friend of mine worked with him. He never made you do anything that he wouldn't do. If you want to jump out of an airplane and he asked you,
You do it first.
he'd say, I'm not asking you to do something I can't do.
Right.
I'll jump out of that.
That's the way
frickin'
I always
airplane."
do that. Frank, if you
You
got
know,
a job, you
I
say
mean-
to somebody,
That's what was so magic
Yeah.
about him, and he took the chance on the Pistols. But you know what? Let's go to this
Yeah,
fucked
yeah,
up
yeah.
band, The Damned, with the B-side of Eddie and the Hot Rods. I love Eddie and the Hot Rods, a very big pub rock band that were way before all of this. But we were talking about this record, and when it came out with Eddie and the Hot Rods, of them trying to force this record out before the Eddie and the Hot Rods Teenage Depression, which was them with he's holding the gun to his head, one of my favorite records I ever heard. By the way, I saw a video, Shane McGowan of the Pogues, who I named my first son McGowan.
Not Pogue.
No, that would mean kiss. Pogue means kiss in Europe. You would know that. So they were called Pogue Mahone. That meant kiss my ass. That wasn't allowed on the radio.
Yeah.
So they were the Pogues. Anyway, let's move back to this.
Yeah.
Damned on Slick Records, first punk record ever in history.
Yeah.
Eddie and the Hot Rods was a pub band. They both are racing to put their first record out. The Damned and the Pogues. One was an island Eddie and the Hot Rods, which was with world music, with all the reggae and all that. Like Bob Marley was on Island Records. Peter Tosh was on Island Records in the 70s. King Crimson and Brian Eno was on Island Records. John Cale was on Island Records from the Velvet Underground. They were doing all that. But come to find out, Island and Stiff are offshoots owned by the same people. I had to explain this to the guy not too long ago. I've known it forever, but I finally got my chance to explain. This could have been quite a ploy of the punk rock explosion. Maybe it's not a mistake. Maybe it was a fun marketing game of punk rock getting exploited, where the Damned and Eddie and the Hot Rods supposedly hated each other, but they were trying to rush out the first punk album before punk happened. Like the Pistols kept getting banned and censored, and they won Businessman of the Year in 1976 because all four labels, no big money, $100,000 between four labels, but in 76, that was $100,000. That's big money for never releasing a record and being banished from all major labels. Back to this. First punk record ever. Everybody knows Eddie and the Hot Rods was a pub rock band, the tail end of pub rock. But
was that in London?
A big...
Where did they play?
Both of them opened for the Pistols.
Oh, right.
Both of them. But they played with Dr. Feelgood and the pub rock bands in the day. Bromley Schwartz and stuff like that. I mean, all the way back.
Were you there then? You saw him play out?
Oh, hell no. Do the math. I'm not old enough. I read my books. No way. And there's a band before these two that was called Kilburn and the High Roads, which was Elvis Costello, Nick Cash from 999, Ian Dury and the Blockheads. All these bands were doing, John Cooper Clarke were doing music that wasn't punk. It was pub. The Pistols burn everything up. But that's where I kind of go with this. This could be a major ploy, but it's one of the most valuable. If you have this album with this sticker on
it. That's the Japanese one,
from this album. No, it's UK. The very original. Japan later released it, exact replica in a mini sleeve.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't have the album. I did. I used to own the album, and no one I ever met owned this album. I had the Japanese Neat 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 single, which is where I had the A&M single from the Pistols that isn't even existing on the internet. They say there's 9 in existence.
Right.
I don't know who I am, but I don't do the internet. I read books. I study everything about this, and I'm just that pirate on the sea.
There you go, lady.
Don't exist in the internet world. I don't even know what
pirate.
Facebook is. I've never done Facebook. It just, Instagram's fine because it's artist. You show it off, you're done. Everyone can do their cheap comments of liking it, or you learn some, but usually it's made up. But anyway, I just wanted to explain.
I love that, mate.
As a sample, one piece of proto-punk artifact.
Proto-punk?
Like before, like right after the New York Dolls and all that kind of stuff. And if you want stories on that, I will tell you how Richard Hell was in the Heartbreakers with Johnny Thunders. I've got on the phone, I'm watching a punk, what are they called? They're like, God, the orange label on the TVs, not Spectrum. They're called,
is it Netflix?
Not T-Mobile, not Netflix. It's like Verizon. Verizon turned into another thing that starts with the F. Might be Frontier. Fios, yeah. That company.
Very good, honey. You get 10 points for that.
I'm watching TV yesterday morning, and they're like showing punk rock videos. And I'm like, unbelievable. Punk rock videos on the radio? They do the Heartbreakers, Johnny Thunders. Okay, my nose is running, so you get that too. Booger's involved. But I'm looking at it, and it's so funny. I would like to reach to my phone and show you, but they're naming all these people and where they were born and all this stuff, and it's the Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
Oh, really?
While they're doing vintage punk rock, they have a picture of Minor Threat, and it has Henry from SOA, later to be a Black Flag vocalist, fourth one in line, the bad guy in Black Flag, fourth one in line, has a picture of him there, and there's not even Ian from Ian Mackay from Minor Threat. They're showing the Dead Boys, and they're telling these facts.
Look at these
I
guys.
just had to take pictures of what lies are on major label TV channels. It's just gnarly.
Maybe they don't
You don't know
know.
who the Heartbreakers are. You're playing Minor Threat, and you're showing SOA from the same era. But SOA put out a single that before Minor Threat did, Henry's original band. It's just all right. They're telling me that Bad Brains are from Washington, D.C. No, they're not. They're from Baltimore. They're from Maryland. I know where the Bad Brains are from. It's like I can't watch TVs or read the internet because it's full of lies. I've hung out with Johnny Thunders and smoked Lucky Strikes with him in a joint, and drank with him, and I still have those bottles saved with me. And when I go to shows, there's all these stories that never happened when I was there. But the internet swears it's there, and I get these little nerds who look at things and try to find things out, and I'm like, those are blatant lies.
What do you think about the Clash then?
The Clash?
Give us the Clash.
I
then.
just think they're the greatest money-making punk band in the history of music. I'm not going to knock them.
Yeah.
Like I said,
Yeah.
you tell me, 1979 to 1980, 5 albums, London Calling and Sandinista. They did
Triple
those
album,
two
right?
albums. The Clash went down to Jamaica to record Sandinista, and they just left after the Stones left. Keith Richards bought a house, and when Keith Richards was there, the Stones were giving all these Jamaicans all this money. And Jamaicans would come and rob you. So the Clash go there, and they go down to Jamaica and be like, we want to be part of this. We want to be reggae. Can you get so-and-so to record us? Can you get, Perry and all this stuff to do our... And they said, when it was there, it was like a war. All these Jamaicans came in, robbing houses, tried to give them coke and sell them weed. And they're like, we aren't the Rolling Stones. We don't have money like that. But it's funny that, the Jamaicans were the original pirates, man.
Yeah.
Doing that, we didn't even know. We
got
didn't
that
even
right.
know what was happening. The poor Clash.
See, people don't know that.
I got another story someone doesn't know.
Right.
After Johnny Lydon left the Pistols, right after he left the Pistols, where he dropped the mic in San Francisco and said, you ever get the feeling you've been cheated? And threw the mic on the floor, he went and tried to start up Public Image. When he heard Devo, and I document this, it may not be on, it ain't going to be on any books you read. I know this from Johnny Lydon. He took Devo from Ohio in 78, and said, could we go to Jamaica and form Public Image? You're the best band I've heard. He took these little nerd kids from Idaho down to Jamaica. They smoked weed, scared the fuck of them, and they left. But that would have been Public Image. He wanted Devo to be Public Image. How gnarly, how funny is that? There's nowhere that that's written about.
No.
But I tell you on this
Now-
TV show,
yeah,
right
yeah.
now, you ask Johnny Lydon, and he's not going to be able to lie about that.
Because
He's
even
going
though
to
his
say,
name is Johnny
as a matter
Lydon.
of fact, we thought.
Well,
we
you
thought.
know what, man? You've enlightened us here. Like, this is like
But
amazing.
these are the kind of stories I have all
Yeah.
day long.
Yeah.
You just got a synopsis.
We got
I can't believe we met like this. How did we get graded like this?
we got a
This is
synop.
darling.
We got a synop, matey.
Bless you.
Yeah. All right, man. Thank you.
Yeah. See what it
What do you
does.
think? Yeah. All right.
Great.
It's a free ride. Let me know if I get a penny. Send me a penny. If I don't,
Thank
fuck off. It's great.
All right, we're on our way then.
Exactly.
We're going around the bend now.
All right.
Cheers, mate.
Yep. Bless you. Yeah, cheers.
All right.
Salute.
What a shop.
But you got the real story of the dam, dude.
You got it. You guys are going to come down to this shop. This is the place to be. You want to know about punk or
Solutions.
Vinyl Solutions here in
HB for Huntington
Huntington Beach.
Huntington Beach. We
And
love
I
it.
am from Echo Park. Don't claim me in Orange County, please.
All
But
right,
my
mate.
store is.
I get that.
See you, mate.
Salute.
Salute. Good
Vinyl
night.
Solution.
Yay. Bye.
Take care. I'm going to the pub right now.
Okay. Go fill up your water bottle.
I drink enough water. I try to do one with every cup. Not very good at
Well,
it.
what do you think of that? That was something else, wasn't it? That was like, that was an enlightening thing, wasn't it? That was like crazy to actually be part of that. See some of the history of punk music there that we learned, you know. So we're just gonna put
Send
this.
that to me, please do.
We're just gonna send it to you, mate.
You can send it
You got it.
over
I got your
to
card with.
HB.
You got it.
Got it.
All
On
right.
Instagram. That might be. You got my email, I'll send it, but I don't know email. I've never.
There he is again.
You
Yeah.
can post it on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
I may need help, but my wife might be able to help me.
All right, mate.
I've never even put a postage stamp on an envelope, let alone emailed somebody. You're too primitive.
Don't want to start now.
I do not.
It'll ruin your track record.
Nope. I'm going down.
Going down.
I'm on this burning ladder downhill.
There you go. See, and the story goes on. There you go. Burning hit on the burning ladder. Then it's going. So we don't want to go down there, but
You never
you
know
know,
what you're going to find.
you never know what you're going to find around the bend.
Flag, lethal weapon, suicidal tendencies, fear, USA, Wild Kingdom X, Ricky, Red Rose, Bad Religion, 45 grade, second, Starlight 13, calls for alarm, bad brain, superhuman, adolescence, public image, flesh eaters, mentals, China White, super heroines, decadence, plus, America's hardcore, vandals, rough loopers, Agent Orange, Dead Kennedys, crazy around doggy style.